Imagine a country that isn't the biggest, isn't the richest, and doesn't shout for attention, yet the whole world is quietly lining up to be its friend. That country is Malaysia. And in 2025, something surprising is happening. Countries from Asia, Europe, the Middle East, even the West, all want a stronger relationship with Malaysia. But why? Let's dive in, because the answer might make Malaysians feel prouder than ever. First, here's a question for you. Have you noticed how often Malaysia is in international news lately? It's not for scandals or crises, but for growth, stability, and confidence. That's rare today. And that's exactly why nations are paying attention. Malaysia has become one of the few countries that remains neutral but respected. Not too close to one superpower, not too distant from the other. While many nations are picking sides, Malaysia is doing something smarter, building bridges. And other countries are thinking, if we partner with Malaysia, we get access to both worlds. That's strategic power, without aggression. Mini twist here, many people think countries get respect through military strength. But Malaysia is proving the opposite. Its strength comes from diplomacy, calm leadership, and the trust it builds. When the world is full of conflict, a stable and friendly nation becomes extremely valuable. Now let me ask you something. If you were another world leader, wouldn't you want an ally who is peaceful, reliable, and economically rising? That's Malaysia in 2025. But let's move to something people don't talk about enough, Malaysia's geography. It's like the VIP seat of Southeast Asia. Right between major trade routes, near Singapore, near Indonesia, close to China, and connected to the whole Asia-Pacific region. Thousands of ships pass the Straits of Malacca every single day, carrying global trade worth trillions. Countries want Malaysia because partnering with Malaysia means getting access to the world's busiest trade artery. That's not just influence, that's leverage. Here's a small twist. Did you know Malaysia is becoming one of the world's fastest-growing tech and semiconductor hubs? Companies from the US, China, Korea, and Europe are rushing to set up factories, research centers, and partnerships. Why? Because Malaysia offers political stability, skilled workers, multilingual talent, strong infrastructure, and a business-friendly environment. When tech giants like Intel, Tesla suppliers, and global chip companies expand in Malaysia, other countries follow. Nobody wants to be left behind. Breakout question: what do you think attracts foreign investors more, low cost or trust? The surprising answer is trust. And Malaysia has earned it. Now let's talk culture, because no relationship, whether between people or countries, is built on economics alone. Nations love Malaysia because Malaysians themselves are warm, respectful, and open-minded. Multicultural harmony isn't just a slogan, it's lived every single day. Malay, Chinese, Indian, Iban, Kadazan, Orang Asli, all living with tolerance, food sharing, and celebrations that the whole world admires. This cultural maturity makes Malaysia a natural partner. You don't just do business with Malaysia, you feel welcomed in Malaysia. And here's a twist: tourism isn't just about beaches and islands anymore. Countries admire Malaysia because it blends modernity with culture effortlessly. You can walk from a futuristic skyline, into a 100-year-old street, into a peaceful forest, all in one day. Not many nations can offer that. Let me ask you, how many countries can say they have megacities, ancient traditions, rainforests older than the Amazon, and one of the world's best food cultures, all at once? Exactly. Malaysia is rare. Now here's another major reason countries are strengthening ties with Malaysia in 2025, the halal economy. Malaysia is the global leader. From halal certifications to halal tech, Malaysia is trusted more than anyone else. Countries from the Middle East, Europe, and even non-Muslim nations want Malaysia's expertise. Because halal today isn't just about food, it's a trillion-dollar global industry involving pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, logistics, finance, and more. Malaysia is sitting at the top of that market. Mini hook here: when a country becomes the global standard setter, the world doesn't just want to visit, it wants to collaborate. Another surprising factor is Malaysia's young, educated population. Countries look at Malaysia and see future potential: digital workers, AI talent, engineers, creatives, entrepreneurs. Southeast Asia is becoming the world's next growth engine, and Malaysia is right in the center of it. Countries want to form partnerships now, before Malaysia becomes too powerful to approach easily later. Let's shift to something emotional. When disasters strike, Malaysia is always among the first to send aid, volunteers, and humanitarian support. And when Malaysia itself faces floods, earthquakes, or crises, other nations respond quickly, because they remember Malaysia's kindness. This kind of goodwill isn't bought. It's earned. Breakout moment, doesn't it feel good knowing your country is respected not just for economics, but for humanity? In 2025, Malaysia is also becoming a leader in green energy. Solar farms, hydro projects, new sustainability initiatives, the world sees Malaysia not stuck in the past, but imagining a better future. Countries want green partners, not polluting ones. And Malaysia fits that role perfectly. A twist many people miss, Malaysia is quietly becoming a mediator in regional conflicts. Because countries trust Malaysia's neutrality and calm leadership, they often choose it as a safe space for dialogue. That makes Malaysia a backbone of peace in the region. So when you add everything together, strategic geography, multicultural strength, rising tech economy, global halal leadership, diplomatic reputation, stable politics, young talent, and natural beauty, you start to understand why almost every country wants a relationship with Malaysia in 2025. Malaysia may not shout for attention, but the world is listening anyway. Before we wrap up, here's one last question for viewers. What do you personally love most about Malaysia? Drop it in the comments, because your voice makes the story even bigger. And as always, if you enjoyed this deep dive, feel free to like the video, share it with someone proud of Malaysia, and subscribe for more stories that celebrate this incredible nation. Not because you're told to, but because Malaysia truly deserves to be known. Malaysia isn't just rising in 2025. It's becoming impossible to ignore.